Alright, so this is going to be a video looking at currently the best damage dealer in the game, and that is Forceps. And so, while his skills are not very great, his base damage is really awesome. So skill-wise, for bronze, he has thermal laser. It will deal damage per second and reduces their armor that lasts 5 seconds, so it'll stun and keep them in place. His silver can actually be quite good. It will deal damage, about 18,000 damage, and then what makes it great is a heal block. For his gold, the first time this hero is killed, they siphon 15% of each allied remaining health and revive themselves after 5 seconds. So this gold is sort of what makes him quite annoying. If you try and target him first and kill him first before everybody else, after 5 seconds he'll come back with pretty close to full health, depending on how many of his teammates are alive. And then lastly is his platinum. And so this reduces all incoming weapon damage on his body, but his head is still vulnerable, and he gains a lot of damage. And then interesting, if you were to look at his Ruby, Hero Hunters has him down for a support. So if I ever get anybody to Ruby, which at this rate seems like that's never going to happen, but if it does, he would definitely not be one that I would think about taking to Ruby, just because he's not going to get an increase in attack damage, which is what he's really great at. So if we were to come and run, we'll try running a few PvP matches with him, sort of show what he can do. So I'm just going to try and put him with as the best support that I can that's around his same level. So I have Richter, Razorback, Castellan, and Matador, which are all around his same power level, stars and bar wise, and so that will give me a team power round 101. Probably not the best team setup, but again, we're just looking at how well Forceps does. And so with this, I'm going to try and take out their Cinder first. Hopefully, if I can get their Cinder, I should be looking pretty good. They don't really have great damage dealers other than her. We'll see here. And try and get their Maven next. And you can see about every shot is doing about 20,000+ damage. And if he has a clip of 25, that's a fair amount of damage per clip. And so you can see I'm not even using the specials, and I'm just mowing through all these guys here. And so that was Forceps. We'll take a look at the numbers here. So you can see by far he was the most powerful of any of the heroes. And per second, he did a pretty significant amount of damage per second. So we'll run it again here. So this is going to be a tough one. You pretty much, I guess, well, we'll see if we don't lag out here, but I'm going to just try and take out Flatline here first. Kurtz is going to do a bunch of damage, but we'll see if we can ride through it. We'll heal block her. So now Kurtz is doing a bunch of damage to us. So this is probably, if not the meta, pretty close to the meta right now. And you can see even with a not great setup, we still have a fighting chance. I was able to take out 3 out of the 5. And so that's how good 4-step is. If this other guy would have run, say, a 4-step instead of Siren, that's about the meta right there. And you will see here, Kurtz does, if you don't take him out first, he's going to do an insane amount of damage. And that's because of his platinum skill here, where every time an allied hero is killed, all the enemy targets take 30,000 damage per second for 8 seconds. So if I were to do that match all over again, you almost have to target Kurtz first, and then hopefully you can get the rest after that. So we'll run another one here. Probably going to be another Kurtz team. Okay. So this team, I don't really know who the primary damage dealer is, so I'm going to go with and try and take out these energy. So you can see that they're relying on Butter here, so they're running around with him. So he's doing we're going to try and take out their Kane here. This is an interesting team setup. They have pretty much 5 support. So they're just banking on just staying alive with all their shields and everything. And then whoever I target, they're going to switch onto them and just try and roll around. And hopefully just run out the clock and hope that their other guys can just waste. So this is pretty annoying, but I guess you gotta do whatever you can do to win, right, Reese? So usually when they do this, I'll just auto and so yeah, you can see the whole idea behind this team was to just so not a bad team if you want to, it is what it is. I personally am not a huge fan of the 5 support teams just because every match is like this. It's going to take forever. If I'm going to lose, I'd rather just hurry up and lose. But I guess other people have lots of time. So we'll look at the numbers here. So yeah, we'll look at, and you can just see there a ton of shields and healing. Damage-wise, you can see once my Castellan, once he got his turrets up, he did a fair amount of damage. But you can see, so that's 4-step for you. Right now, he's currently, I'd say he's the best damage dealer we have. If you enjoyed this video, then thanks for the watch, and please subscribe and leave a comment. Thanks.